What's going on, everybody? Christian Ballard, Ballard Sports Media, coming at you with another team preview today. It is, at least when I'm recording this, 7:15 Central Time in Alabama. Florida State preview, January 31st, almost February. Looking forward to it. Want to look at the Seminoles for 2024 this year. And I think it could be another great year, honestly. I think they could hit 10 wins. I think they bring in a lot of talent. I think they bring a lot of guys back. They have some transfers. Marvin Jones, a defensive end from Georgia. DJ Uiagalelei from Oregon State, who originally started as quarterback at Clemson. Jaylen Brown is a freshman wide receiver from LSU. Earl Little. Watch his name. He was a big recruit for Alabama. He comes in. Grady Kelly is a defensive lineman from Colorado State. I get all this, by the way, from Tallahassee Democrat. I could go down the list. Malik Benson also comes from Alabama. They got Tomiwa Duro Jahai, a defensive lineman from West Virginia. I don't know if I pronounced that correctly, but they get a running back from Indiana, too, and Jalen Lucas. I could go down the list. They lose guys to the portal, too. A couple guys gone to, like, Florida Atlantic, Buffalo, Texas El Paso. I could go down the list. They lost Tate Rodmaker to Southern Miss, the quarterback that pretty much came in to replace Jordan Travis last year after his injury. A.J. Duffy is a redshirt freshman quarterback. He's gone to San Diego State. Bless Harris. I could go down the list. There's more that they're losing than what they're gaining, and I think that is going to hurt them in the long haul. I think they still have a lot of good talent out there. When you look at what they have, I do believe DJ is going to get the start at quarterback. Malik Benson, you'll probably see him. Jalen Lucas, you'll probably see him at running back. Jaylen Brown comes in, Cam Davis, an early enrollee. It'll be fun to watch. It'll be fun to see. They've released jersey numbers too. I don't have that pulled up, but I did see that. Not that it's important what jersey number anybody wears, but I figured in case you want to know, it's out there. So I do want to look at their schedule, and we'll go ahead and pull it up on the screen here let me actually do that. Okay. For 2024, looking at Florida State, they open things up in conference play in a AER Lingus College Football Classic in Ireland. We had Navy Notre Dame there last year for week 0. This year is Florida State and Georgia Tech, and I think that game's pretty interesting because Georgia Tech's on a hot streak, and they come in, they bring a lot back this next season. I'll have to get in touch with Sea-Dog and Rec Talk to see what they think about Georgia Tech this year. We might have to do a team preview with them. Boston College, Monday night game, Labor Day kickoff. Memphis, after your first bye week, you don't play on September 7th, which is reasonable considering you play 2 games, one on week 0, one on Labor Day. So after that, in week 3, technically, of the season, you get your first bye. Because of how the calendar falls, by the way, everyone's going to get 2 bye weeks. I've kind of noticed that trend this year doing these team previews. You play Memphis. Memphis is no sleepwalking team. I mean, they're really, really good. California, good program. Not the best of teams today. You probably could win games like that. At SMU, comes into the ACC. You host Clemson. I think they're going to be much improved. You get your bye week at Duke, at Miami, back-to-back road games there against really good teams, one of those being a big rival in Miami, Florida. North Carolina, at Notre Dame. You get your – God, wait, what? Is that 3 bye weeks? That's ridiculous. That's weird. So for 3 Saturdays during the season, we will not see Florida State. At Notre Dame, get a 3rd bye week, play Charleston Southern, and then play Florida. Now, I haven't looked into teams like Notre Dame or Florida yet. I'm just going to go right out the gate and say you're probably going to lose in South Bend. you're probably going to lose that game. It's possible that you pick up a road win. I don't even know if I want to call it an upset yet. I just look at Florida State and say that they had their chance last year and the committee did not put them in. And ultimately, I mean, they got blown out by Georgia. How do you do that? TCU did the same thing last year and they fell off the map. Georgia probably broke FSU. Now, I say all that, but I also say that I think they could be pretty good, actually. I think at most they could probably get 10 wins. I'm not going to put money on it, though. At most, 10 wins, 10-2. But at the same time, I don't buy it. That's at least the ceiling. I think the floor is somewhere like 8-4, somewhere in there. If I had to pick losses, though, if you do pull this off, you'll beat Miami and Florida and North Carolina and all these other teams, right? If you do that, I think Clemson gets you. And I also think Notre Dame gets you. You host Clemson and you go to South Bend. So I look at this schedule. It's tough. It's really tough. Back-to-back road games with Duke and Miami, I don't buy it. I'm giving the at most at 10-2, though, just in case, like, maybe we're underestimating Florida State this year. I do believe Mike Norvell is a really good head coach, and he's got talent, and his recruiting is off the charts right now. But it's going to be a young and kind of inexperienced team. You'll have some guys in there, but you lost guys so much to the portal this year with losing like Tate Runmaker, as I mentioned. You lost your kicker to Oklahoma, Rodney Hill, the running back, Bless Harris, an offensive lineman, A.J. Duffy. You lost 2 quarterbacks. It's going to be rough and tough this season for Florida State. 10-2 seems out of reach. I know I put that as an at most. I'm saying if you get lucky, you will not hit 11 wins. You're not going to, well, I guess if you went 10-2, you probably could be an at-large bid for the playoff. You'd probably be in contention for the ACC title. By the way, that's the thing, too, is they're still in the ACC. So just in case anyone was wondering, I know they were trying to get to the Big Ten and everything, but that's not going to happen. You're still in the ACC. Deal with it. Cry about it. Whatever. I don't know what to tell you. This whole deal about they got left out because it was the ACC. You got left out because of all the injuries, and they were really afraid that it wouldn't be the best of matchups. It had nothing to do with your conference. I'm sorry. That's just the way that it is. I would say I think they'll beat Georgia Tech. I think they'll get Boston College. They'll get Memphis. They'll get California. At SMU could be a trap. SMU's a pretty good team over there. I'll say you win a close one. Clemson, you could win because we don't know what Clemson's going to do. Are they going to be the Clemson of old that they've been? Are they going to be the new Clemson where they've been struggling and just falling apart? We don't know. Duke and Miami. Haven't looked at teams like that. I haven't looked at some teams, so I can't really make a good assessment. So at this moment, like, I look at these teams and I can't, like, how crazy would it be if I said they're going to lose to Duke and Miami and Clemson in 3 games in a row? First off, that's a crazy take. But also, looking at this schedule, I haven't looked at those teams. I don't have enough information. So I'm just going to give you the benefit of the doubt and give you the high note here that you could hit 10 wins, in my opinion, at this moment at least. If you keep losing guys to the portal, if guys get injured and hurt, if something happens in recruiting or transfers with these other ACC schools, maybe we could revisit this on a live stream and make different predictions. But for this prediction video, 10-2 is the ceiling. I don't see 11 wins. I don't see undefeated again. You were special last year. You got robbed of a playoff spot, sure. But at the same time, you got blown out by Georgia. You did. I mean, how do you bounce back from that? Well, You probably do beat Georgia Tech. You bounce back there. Bounce back with Boston College. Bounce back with Memphis and California, SMU, maybe Clemson. At Duke and Miami, you probably drop one of those games. Notre Dame, I think you definitely lose. I think Notre Dame is going to be really, really good this year. We'll see. 10-2 at most here at Ballard Sports Media for Florida State 2024. Love you guys. God bless, and we'll see you next time.